Squashed. Ladies and gentlemen, it's the Ray Duh-Vito show. It's me, the Mud Shark, facing death. Joining me is a man with a PhD in Ray Duh-Vito, Dr. Chow.
Yo, what's up, punks?
What's up?
Looking forward to tonight. You know, you got a lot on your mind, and the best thing to do to prepare for what's coming is just stick to your routine. All the discipline you've built up over the last months is going to pay off when the force is against you with that storm. So Godspeed to you, General Mud. And but I don't want to get too much into hurricane talk. This is the Ray Duh-Vito show. So
the Ray Duh-Vito show, everybody. Yeah, there's too much hurricane talk. It's too many people, too many voices, too many people, a lot of Karens, a lot of nonsense. Nobody knows what the fuck they're talking about. So let's talk Ray today. Hey?
Yeah.
Sorry.
No, I was going to say we had a banger of an episode last week with our two guests. And,
holy shit, child. Props to you for producing that show. I mean, the amount of feedback I got from that episode was out of control. At one point, I just knew the insanity that was going on. I go, this is awesome. I don't know what's going on, but it's fucking great. So thank you to everybody that watched the show last week and contributed. It was like people seem to love it, man. So thank you very much. And if I'm not mistaken, Chow, we're like number 2 on the podcast charts now.
Yeah, still at number 2. I meant to get you over that the official rankings from Hollywood, but no, that episode was wild because it's sent shockwaves ever since it released. Now Ray can't stop talking about Tom Myers on every episode.
Yes.
And that night, Ray started blowing up April Brucker's DMs. He had to block her because she was threatening and doing all this craziness. So Ray being Ray, just losing his mind over it. And Tom Myers now has replaced Ray on MLC as the MLC ambassador. And Ray's kicked out of that position. So a lot of wild fallout from that show. And we'll see. It's probably going to reverberate for a while. So I'm happy to see what's going to happen.
No, it's going to be interesting to see how all of it plays out. I mean, so wait, did Ray block April or April blocked Ray? I'm trying to
April had to block Ray because Ray started DMing her and getting all up in her and threatening, and you know how he gets. So yeah, she ended up having to block him that night. And then Ray touched on her on his podcast twice too. And he changed the story. He was like, well, she's mad because she bombed on MLC. That's what he said today. But on Friday, he said, she's mad because she didn't get paid. So he knew the story, but then he, changed it like he tends to do. So yeah, I don't know. We'll see. It's just going to be one of those things that keeps playing out. But the biggest news from the week that was a bombshell that Liam dropped on MLC. And it turns out it's been revealed that Ray never actually was banned from Planet Fitness.
Now, you kind of sent that in DM to me. Now, it turns out that Ray may or may not have lied about getting banned from Planet Fitness.
Yeah, so I think he did it. He did it to garner sympathy, like how he always does. He makes up things. So he wanted to say, like, well, he was going against Felicia at the time, and I think he felt embarrassed by the way he was portrayed. So he came up with, oh yeah, I got blocked, or I got banned. But it's one of the weirder things because he milked it for sympathy for so long, as we saw on his podcast. Kept talking about it,
right?
And then even started making up layers upon layers of other lies on top of it. Like I got a new gym and they got black towels. So when you start thinking about that and how crazy it is that like he's been building this whole fake world around being banned from Planet Fitness this whole time, about going to a gym that gives out black towels, and it's insanity. So I don't have a lot of clips pertaining to it. There's stuff in the works. I think Sheckler's working on something with this, but
of course. Yeah,
and we are sponsored by Planet Fitness, so we were able to confirm the rumors that Ray actually never was banned. He just made it up to get sympathy from fans, basically. So very despicable behavior, if you ask me.
Awful behavior, and for people that like put up with that, all I have to say is you're a dick rider, dick rider, dick rider, dick rider. Yeah, it's very disappointing, but I honestly think he is banned. But who knows with Ray? I mean, he's been quoted in Sheckler videos saying, I would lie to my parents all the time. I would lie just to lie. So
that's the thing. You never know what's true and what's a lie. So could Ray have lied to Liam and all these other people? Because it's been confirmed by other trusted sources of Ray that he claims he's not banned and all that. So, but he could be lying to them. So you never know. And that's what makes it interesting to dig into, I guess. He just lies about everything for no reason. And we got plenty of instances of that to cover tonight.
Sure.
But other than that, I mean, I've been kind of busy watching a lot of football and over the last week.
Shout out to your Minnesota Vikings. Holy balls, 5-0. There you go. That's how you do it.
They're running up on teams and looking good. But one thing that I found really funny was Ray got all cocky because he went like 70% against the spread, like week one. Mm-hmm. And he started saying, I don't suck at this. I know football. Ray doesn't know football. Like,
No.
I remember when he was opening the cards, he had a Kayvon Thibodeau card, who was like a stud outside linebacker, edge
Right.
rusher, and he didn't know how to pronounce his name. Like, he doesn't know anything. He's a casual at all. He doesn't know anything about baseball. He doesn't know anything about football, anything. But he got lucky on a 50-50 coin flip of picking against the spread and hit like a handful of games over 500 the first week. Well, it turns out last week he went 1 for 12 against the spread.
Wow, that's not good at all. Here's another thing about Ray that I wish I had the clip to prove it, but it's out there. Because you know how we used to do the old football show? We would pick the spreads, and Kevin and I picked the spreads on Thursdays. There was a clip of Ray talking about that. He's like, I don't like doing that. I don't like picking spreads. It's kind of dumb. I don't like doing it. And now he's all about it because Kevin's all about it. So now he's like all about the spreads, and that's his thing now. So you never know what you're going to get with Ray. And so Stallion 19 brought up something in the chat that was interesting. So is Felicia lying about Planet Fitness? Because she talked to Planet Fitness and they said they were going to handle it. I don't think Felicia's lying about it. I think she really went out of her way to get him banned from Planet Fitness. So I think Ray's probably lying that he did get banned.
I guess. I mean, here's the thing. She could have complained and they said, we'll handle it. We'll look into it. And because Ray was the one who came out and said, yeah, I woke up the next day and I looked at my phone app and it was deleted or something like that. He had a whole story about it. So I'm sure a bunch will come out about it. We don't need to dig too much into it now or hypothesize on what it could actually be. But yeah, the back to the football thing though, Ray, like on Thursday when he was doing the picks, he was like telling Kevin, when you guys were going off and on the screen that one time,
right?
He was telling Kevin, like, I've got 5 locks, like, and like he tried to like make it seem like he was a real like handicapper and like he had done a lot of research into these games and he was gonna pick 5 that were
right
going cold locks and all this type of shit. And of course he went 0 for 5 on all of them. Like
Ray's locks of the week. 0 for 5. That's fantastic. So I guess we'll find out what's going to happen with this Planet Fitness thing. I personally think he's still going there. Scheckler kind of broke that one open. And shout out to Reels for really, really doing some boots on the ground investigating in New York City on that one. That was fantastic work. And shout out to all the big donors over that. All the big donors from the Ray Duh-Vito show, everyone that's gifted membership, open up your tabs, accept gifted memberships. You don't know what's going to go on. But let me give a shout out to some of the $20 or more donors here. And speaking of JD straight shot, wait, actually it's JD and the SD straight out of the gate. Hurricane can't even stop the Ray Duh-Vito phenomenon. Yeah, one of the reasons we went tonight is because tomorrow is when the hurricane's happening, and I didn't know what was going to happen. I have a Patreon, so I want to get this content out because I could be without power for a long time, without cable. So I was like, let's go live tonight. And Chow was like, I can do it, and that's why we're here. Shades Cal, straight out of Cal. Godspeed, Chad, and America. Shout out to America, everybody. We love this country, don't we? It's a good one. Thank you, Shades Cal. And, oh, shit, it's Gustav. How much to ditch Chow, chat? Whoa!
He's a good egg.
He's a good egg. Oh, I forgot to put this up. I got a nice little thing for us. Look.
Oh, nice.
See? We're a part of it now.
Gustav is a huge Duh-Vito dick rider. Like he tries to give him like buy his friendship by giving him Yankees tickets and like giving him places to live. And it's very parasocial.
He gave him like courtside Nets tickets too, if I'm not mistaken, and gave him a per diem for an allowance. And he took that girl Tracy, and he bought beers because she didn't drink. So I mean, this is the Ray Duh-Vito show, so we're gonna be covering some of that shit. But I wanted to touch on something that you put out the bat signal for on. I don't know if it was Kumia's Cox, but Alan Cox. And, yes.
there's a clip floating around where someone called in, the legend called in and asked about Alan Cox, right? Or
Yeah.
asked them about you.
And he was irritable. He was annoyed that they brought me up. He said, I haven't spoken to that guy in 15 years. It's been 12. And he just immediately hung up on him.
Right. So you said, hey, call in and ask about Ray. Well, Johnny Payton 8 actually called in and got through and was able to ask about Ray. So I got a clip of it if you guys want to check it out. But basically what happened was
my old coworker. Hey, Alan, how are you, buddy? It's been a long time.
The day before that, Ray was talking about that clip of you, of them calling in asking about you, the legend clip, and he's like, "I'm good friends with Alan Cox. Like I do their show all the time. I did it in 2020," and he was saying all that shit, you know.
And he also said this. He said one time Alan's new co-host Bill Squire, he was going to have him on his show, and he said this when he was like coming at me hard. He's like, not only am I going to have Bill Squire on my show at the Winchester, I'm going to go on your old show and we're going to make fun of you. That's what Ray said, and he never went on. And this is all interesting setup from what Ray was saying.
Yeah, so there's a little setup on this. Basically, they were talking about like woolly mammoths or something that were preserved, and to get on, you can't just be like, hey, I want to talk about Ray Duh-Vito. You got to talk about what they're talking about and then transition it in to kind of catch them off guard, right? So
because they'll immediately hang up on you if you bring up Ray Duh-Vito.
Yeah, so this is the setup for that. That's what you'll see, it'll transition over, but he's talking about how Johnny Payton 8 said he invented a theory on woolly mammoths that got published in a university journal. So we'll just watch and see.
I'm interested in this. I haven't seen it.
And so that was a conclusion in and of itself, or that was important to come to what other conclusion?
No, that was just a conclusion in and of itself.
I see. All right. And you and the other scientists share the credit on this?
Yes, Dr. Chow.
Wow.
Professor on
okay.
That.
So this isn't you don't get to call it the Ray theory then.
No, I don't really think it has a conclusive theory.
All right.
But Dr. Chow, if you search Dr. Chow Cambridge, you can find it. And you can find him. But I have one quick question for you guys.
Yes.
There's a comic from Cleveland named Ray Duh-Vito who's a stand-up. And I'm just wondering if you've ever heard of him. He claims to know you. He said he's been on the show many times. I sometimes, see
his eyes. Like first he looks over at the other guy, like what's going on, and then his eyebrows go up, like, huh?
Yeah, I know this guy better than anyone in the world. He is so annoyed with this, and he's like, okay, where's this going? Is this a troll? Like he's on guard. He's ready to dump this guy.
Yeah, so we'll play it out.
His stuff in the news and in the media, and I'm wondering, is that really true?
I mean,
Ray Duh-Vito?
I wouldn't say I know him. He was on this show a long time ago, like right after I came to Cleveland.
I see him at shows in Cleveland from time to
time. I got him on
the show.
He'll come and do my show at High and Dry and stuff.
I had him on at least once. Yeah, a long time ago.
I'm the one who got him on.
Now?
Is anybody a big deal?
I don't know, Ray. What? All right, thank you, Ray. I appreciate it. So he's got himself a theory about woolly mammoths. He and somebody else co-created a theory.
That's so funny. I never saw that clip. That's great.
Yeah, so I think that was a week or two ago, and it's just a small little thing to touch on. We didn't get to it last week because we had the guests in studio, but yeah, that was your old radio show. So if you guys want to ever call in,
yeah, Dr. Chow getting a little love in Cleveland, Ohio. How's that make you feel? You feel big time?
Yeah, I mean, it's something else, man. But beyond that, this last week saw Ray do a couple of different streams. I don't know if you caught any of them. He had one that was going to go up against you, and he had a guest who, a black comic from New York City who canceled on him. It was that one, I think, Thursday afternoon, and he just pulled the stream and didn't do it.
And if you guys are going to be super chatting and everything or gifting memberships, I will bring you up soon. We're going to get to it, just letting you know. But Yeah, so I didn't get to see today's show. I saw a little bit because I kind of clicked over and sniped a little bit. But for the most part, I didn't really see a lot of it.
Yeah, so he had first he had Quadfather on last Friday, and I think there was some
How did he
clips
get
of
him?
that. Exactly. Yeah, so he had that going, and then today he had Kristen Carney, who is famous for.
Kristen Carney's obviously she's been on MLC with the data points, Dove Davidoff. She's a pretty girl, but he's been bugging this Kristen Carney to come on his show forever. And that's what Ray does. He bugs his guest. And I heard that from Karen Margolis, like to the point where it gets to the point where she can't come up with any more excuses on why she doesn't want to do the show. So they just do the show so Ray will leave them alone. And that's exactly what happened today with Kristen Carney. I'm assuming that's what went down.
Yeah, so you want to get into some of his episodes, or do you want to talk about some of his New York stand-up comedy gigs from this weekend? Because we have an exclusive from that.
That's a big one. Ray did a bunch of gigs in the city, and he invited a lot of people out who spent a lot of hard-earned money to drive into the city, pay for parking, pay for tickets, pay for drinks. I think one was Leo Gunn, two was Mammy, Teamster Tim, Johnny Carson, if I'm not mistaken. Are these the players in the game, Joe?
Yeah, exactly. And we'll let's get to that. But the night before he had that was Saturday. A couple nights before that, he had a stand-up gig, and he created this crazy story that I want you to check out. I'm sure you didn't hear it, but I got a clip of it here, so let me throw it up for you.
Yeah, I would love to see it. I didn't get to see a lot of the show today. I was too busy doing my show.
Yeah, so Ray did the stand-up gig, an all-gay comedy show.
Okay.
And Ray claims that he was on the show and a guy heckled him, and he started going back and forth with the guy. And it got so bad that the woman that he was with was crying in the front row and was ready to divorce the guy. But then magically Ray saved the marriage. So let's just listen to this crazy story and see what to make of it.
I'm here for it.
I was on an all gay show. Nah, I'm not gay.
Oh yeah, this bit. Here we
go. I think me and Rachel Williams were the only non-gay comics on the show. And all the gay stuff going on. So I get on stage, and as you guys know, I wish I was gay.
We know, Ray. Ray, we know. We know the bit. You bring it up every fucking show.
He breaks it up every show.
I was like, I wish I was gay. And then some guy, I guess he was from Ireland. I guess he was like being a problem, like a little bit during the whole show. He's like, you're.
Notice that, like when he's rubbing his face. He went like this when you start talking about the guy. You'll see him like rubbing his forehead, rubbing his nose, covering his mouth when he's talking. That's usually like when he's being a little deceitful. So we'll keep watching and play it out.
Gay, I'll kick your ass. I'm like, dude, this is the wrong night to be homophobic. It's like, I'm not allowed to be gay. I'm like, what are you, my father? Kind of like having a nice little riff back and forth with them. And then he wanted to fight me. He literally wanted to fight me, and they were gonna kick him. I'm like, no, don't worry about it. I'm like, I'm fine. I'm fine. Everything's cool. And then his wife started crying and got up and left. His wife left crying.
Wow.
And then he left afterwards. I mean, he did a nice awkward tension bomb. And then my set ended up being fine. And here's what happens when it starts off like that. And the guy, I guess he was a jerk the whole show. So like people were cheering that the guy left the show. They were like happy, which, I felt bad for his wife. She was crying because she was embarrassed by him. And then so they leave and they're outside.
There's always drama.
She's like all hysterical. And then she's apologizing to me. And I'm like, it's fine. I'm like, all right. I went up. I gave that guy a handshake. I gave him a hug. I'm like, he's fine. He's all right. I'm not mad at him at all. I'm not. She's like, oh my God, can you forgive my husband? I was like, yeah. It's like, it's fine. It's just jokes. It's just jokes. It's all right. I'm going to be okay. I'm fine with this. And then and then the guy gave me the guy slipped me some cash.
People are always giving him
$30.
cash.
He's like, thank you. I apologize.
There was a guy at Hackamania. I know him. His name's Jack. He's one of my $100 sponsors. He gave Ray a $100 bill. I told you that story. People are always just giving money to Ray. It's unbelievable.
Well, Maury says definitely a fake story. That's the thing. Like, I had a friend who, like, when he didn't know how to end a story, he'd just be like, "Yeah," and then I found $10. It's like a bit, you know?
Right.
So like Ray just like ends the story, this meandering story of like, yeah, and then the guy gave me $30. It's like, what? So the whole thing's like, it's such a goofy story. I don't know how he came up with it, but yeah, supposedly he made the audience cry once again.
Oh man, you got to go to a Ray. There's always an event going on at a Ray DeVito show. There's always something going on. Some like the past one that we just had. I heard there's a lot of shushing. A lot of people who spent good money to come see Ray, they had to shut their fucking mouths, and there's a lot going on.
Yeah, so let's talk about that. This was Saturday night, and Ray had been building up this event for a while. He was touting it as an MLC Super Chatter meetup at his show.
Conveniently.
And I got some information, and it was in Times Square. It was an open mic, but Ray was the last guy on the open mic. So he was closing out the open mic.
Well, as you set that up, let me get through a couple of these super chats so we don't get too far behind. JCB and the SD, thank you very much. It takes a special kind of loser to go 1 for 11. That's not good.
It's impressive.
It's very impressive. The final boss, everybody. I think that's The Rock, isn't it? I like Dr. Chow. Soul patch silent, Mike. I think it's silent Chow. Skull. Well, there you go. They like the Chow over there.
Cheers. Yeah. So,
Chow, hard to forgive you for bringing on Tom Myers and the puppet slut on last week. No, it was a phenomenal show. What are you talking about? You're in the minority here, ACDC. Thanks for being a member for 1 month, but that was a great show. I've gotten so much great feedback. So you're in the wrong.
He's been beating me up all week about it. Every time he sees me anyway, I can't believe this. It's so like, I'm like, dude, just, you got to understand they have a personal beef with Ray, and it's part of the thing. So yeah, maybe it's just part of the show. Maybe they're not the best stand-up comedians in your eye, but you'll get it.
I trust Chow's judgment. I let him roll with that. He produced the fuck out of it. Heat market. Ray shussed his friends, but not the heckler. I know that's what's the heckler's fine. The friends had to shut the fuck up. And ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the show, everyone. The one, the only, Mr. Franklin Sheckler. He's working hard to compete the next IRDS video before the Lord calls Chad home tomorrow night. It'll be a good one. 30 plus minutes. Rest in peace, Chad. Hashtag Shark Hurricane. Oh, thank you very much. I hope I'm still around to see that video, Sheckler. Thank you very much.
Yeah, he's going to get something up for you to watch. Just make sure your battery's charged, and hopefully, before it hits, you can witness it. And you'll be fine, dude. It's going to be fun.
I hope the last thing I see is a Franklin Sheckler video before I die. I think that'd be fucking great. I'm all for it. Thank you, Sheks.
Yeah. So the thing that happened Saturday night was I don't know if we need to say everyone, but I'm sure they're all in the chat. They can let themselves be known. But a bunch of super chatters of MLC went to go check out Ray's show.
Mm-hmm.
And from all accounts, it was an amazing time. They all were partying and having a blast. They were all heckling.
Just having fun. Fun.
Yeah. And I guess Ray was like super uptight the whole time. Like he did not want, he kept telling them to be quiet during the show and was just neurotic about the whole thing. Like they were trying to have fun and, you know, a night out on the town, and Ray was being a wet blanket the whole time. But what did you hear about it, Chad?
I'll just go ahead and say Ray was being a cunt. He was being a total cunt. The people that came to support him, and he was shushing them, and they were just like enjoying themselves. And and there was an actual heckler heckling, and he did nothing about that. But people that actually bought tickets to come see Ray, they had to shut up.
Yeah, so it was the people who went said it was amazing. Ray didn't even really touch on it, I don't think, in today's podcast, but I think he might have mentioned they came. But one of the things that happened was Ray, shocking, was talking about you at the event. And you don't know about this yet, so I'm going to surprise you with this.
This is brand new.
Footage. Yeah, I have some footage from the
Oh no.
event.
I've not seen this, ladies and gentlemen, so this is news to me. So let's check it out together. Wow.
Yeah. So here's Ray after his set, and listen to what he has to say.
I fucking like. Oh, I'm being loud. I get it. I was little Chad Zumock. You're better. Wait, no.
Wait, what did he say about me?
He says, I get it. I think he says, I get it. I'm not, you wish I was Chad Zumock or something.
But he never brings me up. He says, according to Ray.
Yeah, exactly. So we'll play it again.
Yeah, let me hear it one more time. Let me turn up my headphones. Turn it up. Come on.
I fucking like. Oh, I'm being loud. I get it. I was little Chad Zumock. You're better. Wait, no.
He's talking. Was he talking about a show? He was no Chad Zumock.
Yeah, I think so. So basically, I have some other little videos from it, but I don't know. This was just something just to kind of show the ambience and the scene of what was going on. But from all accounts, Ray was actually decent on stage compared to the open micers before.
I would hope so. He's been doing it for 23 years. You better be decent on stage. You better be decent for sure. And actually, Heeb Supermarket in the free chat says, this is the same Ray who denies bringing up Chad or Liam up to any New York comics. Yes, exactly.
Yeah,
exactly.
And I guess one of the fans was like going up to the comedians and saying like, hey, do you know Chad Zumock? Do you know Liam? And Ray was like, no, hey, don't do that. Don't do that. You know, like being all
he was not happy.
Yeah. So all in all, sounds like it was a good event. And I don't know Ray's always in New York or Cleveland, but if he's ever in an area where you're at, please go check him out. Please record him in the wild, whatever. Like, we're always interested in.
Yes, get us video of anything Ray's doing. You see him from a distance, you see him at a gym, start recording immediately. And also, you can call the Ray Duh-Vito hotline, which is also doubles up as the drunk dial hotline, 323-977-9642. We got a phone call last Thursday. Speaking of Mammy, you want to hear it?
Yeah. Let's do it.
Drinky, McJickle drunk. It's Jicky McJickle drunk. All right. I took my melatonin and I can't fall asleep because that song is in my head. Get it out of my head. Anyway, it's Mommy. Ciao, Vincenzo. Good night, everybody. I'm not drunk. I just wanted to say good night to you guys. I love you. And shout out to the Mega G. What up, Dr. Chow? Chad, love you, boys.
There you go. From
there
Mammy, everybody. This was the song she was talking about, the drunk dial hotline. Which also doubles up as the Ray Duh-Vito hotline, which you can call 323-977-9642. Leave a message about Ray, rant about Ray, talk about Ray, pick up a pen about Ray. Call. Leave a message. We'll play it on the show. There you go. Before we keep the show rolling, I want to thank you to Stephen Bravo for gifting one membership like he does every show. Yeah! That's the Z-Man, baby. Here we go. Ladies and gentlemen, buckle up. It's Gustav. Chow, you ready for this?
Let's do it.
Bi-race friendship? Chow, I get people like you, ilk, are shocked that someone can be nice without a motive. Also, you might want to invest in some plugs because that forehead is getting a bit tall. Whoa! He's talking trash. I don't know what-
that's just uncalled for, Gustav, man.
Come on, dude. Gustav, we're better than that.
But this is the Ray Duh-Vito show, so we can get back on topic here.
Yeah, Gustav, look, this is the show you're watching. So let's focus on what we need to talk about over here.
Absolutely. Do you want to get into today's episode? I got some time codes that we can discuss.
Absolutely, because like I said, I didn't get to watch a lot of it. Sometimes you're just not in the mood for Ray, you know? Sometimes you just don't want to see Ray. And today was one of those days. So let's go ahead and bring it up from today. Oh, there's the StreamYard countdown right there. I'll wait till it's pulled up and queued. In the meantime, hit the like button. If you're watching, get yourself a membership like Stephen Bravo gifted everyone, because this will be up on the memberships. Like I said, I might be without power. I might be without internet. So I don't know what's going to happen. So that's why we're doing the show today. I'm trying to get out as much as I can before the big one comes. And again, this might be the last you ever see of me. But let's go to today's episode with Kristen Carney, everyone. There it is.
Yeah, so Kristen Carney, like we touched on earlier, New York City comedian and relationship coach. And Ray lets her know that he likes to read books. But he doesn't just read books. He's read every single book, every single classic, as he calls them. And then,
Ray's never read a book in his life. What?
Yeah, so watch this. I think he's trying to like woo her,
he's trying to
raise her up. Yeah.
Because Kristen Carney's been known to date comics in the past, so maybe Ray's thinking, maybe I can get this going right now.
Yeah, exactly. So let's see what he has to say about his extensive novel reading.
And when
Right.
Bookstores were a thing, and I used to like just travel the country, I would go to Barnes and Nobles, and then I'd see whatever classics, the posters of the classical books, and then I would read all the classics, and that's what I would do. I would so those are the books. If it wasn't a classic, I didn't read it, but I pretty much read all the classics.
I associate you with all the classics.
Yeah, well, that's what I do. Like, yeah,
That's sarcasm.
Eljar, remember? You name it. There's like 50 books that were all like classical books I read. Jane Austen. I read some Pride and Prejudice.
Wow.
Did he write these down before the
Atlas
show?
Shrugged.
No, he did not read Atlas Shrugged.
At one point, I think he typed in like classics books, and then he's just trying to picks them off a list. So just watch his eyes here.
Okay.
Yeah,
Don't believe it.
I read all of them, man. I read all the classics.
Wow.
Every one of them. I would read at least one of each. I like Steinbeck, so I think Steinbeck. I read a couple of his books, but
he's so full of shit. He's 100% reading this.
Yeah, so he's starting to read off the screen, and
wow, what a cunt!
But he's trying to riz up this chick because I think she's into guys who read or something. So he's trying to like sound real smart.
Child, I just watch me right now. Pull this off the screen real quick. Let me pull this off. I'll pull it right back up. So yeah, I like to read books. I go to Barnes and Noble. I read all kinds of books. I love Jane Austen, Pride and Prejudice, To Kill a Mockingbird by Harper Lee. The Great Gatsby is a classic by F. Scott Fitzgerald. 100 Years of Solitude. That's a classic. I love that one. In Cold Blood. Who can forget that Capote book? That's a fantastic Capote book. We got Wide Sea by Gene Rise. I mean, all the books. It's Brave New World.
He said he's read all of them. He said he's read every classic, and he kept reiterating that. I've read all the classics.
The Secret History of Donna. Yeah. It's like that's what he's doing. He's reading right off the screen like I'm doing.
Yeah, and she's kind of saying like, wow, but you could tell she kind of calls him out online, so we'll keep watching.
Well, the one thing about Kristen, she's a comic, so she knows bullshit.
Yeah.
I read what's it? The Jungle Book? Which one was one about the
coloring book
factories?
I know The Jungle.
The Jungle.
Yeah.
I didn't like that book, but I get the historic purpose because it just wanted to let you know how shitty the sausage was being made, if that makes sense. Literally how
Right.
but I got the importance of it, but like I didn't enjoy that book. But
How ridiculous is this?
This is insane. This is insane that they're talking books right now. It's just so. How long was the show? It was almost 2 hours. Ray went with this. She didn't want to be here for 2 hours. Ray usually does like an hour and 20. 2 hours. He wouldn't let her go. He was holding her hostage.
Yeah. So, yeah, it's incredible stuff. I've never heard Ray talk about reading a book until today on any.
I've known him for 23 years. I've been in his room. There's no books anywhere. There's a Millennium Falcon toy. There's Star Wars figures. There's baseball cards, but there's no books anywhere. So this is such nonsense. This is nonsense.
Yeah, we'll keep going.
Catch-22. It's a great book. Joseph Heller. That's one of the better books out there.
He's reading it.
Wow,
Look.
this is not the conversation I expected.
Yeah. And then One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest. Great movie, but the book is completely different because the book is all through the point of view of the chief who never speaks. So
wow.
So there you go, man. Yeah, I'm fucking.
He had to have heard someone like say that before, because
100%.
Yeah. I mean,
wow.
That's
great. Unfucking believable. That's amazing. Here, let me read this one real quick before we get going. Heap Supermarket. I was in the chat warning her about Ray women after I told her about calling Ari a gap-toothed cunt. She asked Ray if he gets mad when he's rejected. Is that true? Were you there?
I don't know. I didn't see. I don't have that time code. If you can go grab it for me, Heap, we'll play it.
Oh, wow.
That's great, though.
That's a great super chat, Heap. Good for
Yeah.
you.
Let's
Wow.
just go with this for a couple more seconds, and then I got some other funny stuff from this episode.
Sure, yeah.
Knowledgeable dude, man. And you act like you don't. I don't know. I know things, man. I got an MB motherfucking A.
I thought you were all
Get
brawn.
out of here.
I thought you were all brawn, not brains, but I guess you're
Braun?
both.
No one's ever called me Braun before.
No, I'm being very sarcastic.
Braun? I gotta go to the gym. I went to
Now
the
he's talking
Yankees
about the
game
gym.
yesterday, man.
Wait, Chow, stop it. He
Yeah,
goes, I got to go to the gym, impress her. Then he goes, I went to the Yankees game, impress her. Like, because she's wearing a Yankees hat. She's obviously a Yankees fan. So he's trying to impress Kristen Carney, without a doubt.
Yeah, and I'm just gonna I was gonna move forward a couple minutes, but I'm gonna keep playing it now that you mentioned that, because I didn't even put two and two together. But yeah, the Yankees hat is will come up here.
And every time Kristen's on a
did
stream,
you?
she's wearing that hat.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I only wear it because I am having a bad hair day. I have no idea. Did they win? What's
No, they lost. They lost. Salvador Perez hit a 3-run homer in the 7th inning. I thought you were a Yankees fan, but it was a great game. I went with a bunch of comics. Very nice gentleman gave me 4 free tickets to the
Wow.
Yankees game. Was very nice. Yeah, so I went
I
with
sold
some
3 of
comics.
them.
And
invite me next time?
I didn't know you were. If
I'm
I
not
would
a
have known
fan.
you're a Yankees fan, I wanted to.
So 60 seconds earlier, he said, "I thought you were a Yankees fan," and then just now he's 60 seconds. He's like,
Wow. No, he goes, I thought you were a Yankees fan. I didn't know you were a Yankees fan. That's
Yeah.
unbelievable. Like literally within a minute, he lies.
Yeah, I'm gonna move it up a little bit here because
Wow.
you realize he didn't really care about the Yankees game.
No.
But he cared about the Guardians game that was happening like at the same time a little before it.
Right.
So listen to this story.
Oh, I can't wait.
We're gonna meet up and watch a game. But then the first place I went to, the Yankees bar, they're all like nightclubs.
Oh, I know. It's cheesy around the
It's-
stadium. They're very
yeah.
cheesy.
So I couldn't watch the games. So I ended up not meeting up with anyone beforehand. I'm like the people that were coming with me, the other comics that came with me. I'm like, yeah, I'm just hanging out at this Dominican barbershop. I bought the one guy a beer from the bodega, and I just hung out with them and watched the game on their TV like a block and a half away from the stadium. They had a giant pair. I should have got a haircut while I was there.
Good job,
At
Gustav.
the Dominican barbershop, but I was watching the fucking game. I was intense, but we fucking lost. That stunk.
So he couldn't find a bar because they all had like cover charge to get in to watch the baseball.
Yeah,
So he went to a
barbershop.
But didn't get a haircut. He just brought the guy a can of beer and said, hey, can I come in and watch the game? And basically just loitered there and watched baseball while I guess the other guy drank the beer he got him or something. So
I'm telling you right now, Chow, I don't have any. I will pull this right back up. I don't have any proof of this, but I'm willing to bet that he sold 2 of those tickets. I guarantee, because he had 1 ticket. He tried to sneak. He tried to sneak Kevin Brennan in, right?
Yeah, I heard a little bit about that.
Yeah, Kevin. He was trying to get Kevin to come to the show or come to the game. So I bet he kept 1 ticket and sold 2 so he could buy beers. I just know how Ray operates. I know how his mind is, and he's always looking for a scheme. He's always looking for something going on. So that's what I think what's happened personally.
Yeah, and My Lost Interest put up something about that. So was it you and him talking about it or something? I saw a clip of him, Kevin, thinking that was what was going on too.
Yeah, it was My Lost Interest. Go subscribe to his channel.
Yeah, well, I guess we can. I mean, it's just wild because eventually later he's like, "Yeah, I need to go get a haircut," but he was just sitting at a barbershop. I need to go to a barbershop. It's like the same thing you just said about like he doesn't remember what he's saying.
Yeah, he just says
I heard
things.
you mention about a haircut was when they like shaved the front part off.
Yeah.
Like, your whole head.
And I was at you know what? I got to hit a Dominican barbershop while I'm in New York this week. I'm at the Laughing Stock in Hershey, Pennsylvania this week.
It's like 10 seconds later, he's telling about how he's hanging out at a barbershop all day yesterday. And then he's like, I got to go find a Dominican barbershop.
Well, this is one of the things I know about Ray. He loves, like, when he has a comic on, to brag about things that he's doing. I went to a Yankees game. I'm at this comedy club. He's always showing off something like, look at me, look at me, look at me. Have you noticed that?
Yeah. I'm surprised he didn't pull up his whiskey bottle and his hot sauce for this because
I don't think he has them with him. I think they're back at his parents' dead friend's basement. So I could be wrong. JCB in the SD, thanks for the $5. Yeah. Book, which was purchased used. Stand Up for Dummies. There's a Pokemon bookmark on page 23. Most of the pages are stuck together. It's probably a coloring book.
Yeah, I mean, this is incredible stuff about him being a bookworm that we never knew about. So,
Chow, did you know I was a bookworm? I got a book right here.
Yeah, I've seen you working on that one for going on 2 years now. So
I mean, I'm on page 24, man. It's a flipper. It's a flipper, if that's even a word. Nice podcast, stupid, says poor Kristen looks like she's in an ISIS hostage video. I know she does. Look at her. It's like, let her go, Ray. Let her go. What are you doing? This 2 hours of this. Come on, Ray. Let her go. This is worse than what you said about Ari Jane. Come on.
No doubt, man. So I think there's a couple other good things about from this episode. And she's a dating coach, if you guys don't know. So she works with dudes who are trying to who are like incels who can't get women's, and he teaches them how to like riz and do all that type of stuff. So I think they get onto the topic of dating here, and she starts asking, so it's pretty good.
And meanwhile, to throw Kristen under the bus, she had this awful relationship with Duh-Vito where he controlled her and pretty much ran her life. So I don't know if you want to run to Kristen Carney for dating advice. That's just my personal opinion, but go ahead.
Honestly, Kristen, a lady literally has to show so much interest in me where I'm fine being single.
Yeah, you're not pursuing. You're not.
No, she's gotta pursue me, if that makes sense. And then if I'm interested, then I will show interest back, obviously. But it's more like I'm
Have you
an
had a
old man.
long-term girlfriend before?
Not for years.
What was
Not
the
for
longest
years.
relationship you've been in?
Well, here's why it doesn't count because it was
pause,
long
pause.
distance. So it's
Do you know the answer to this before you press play? Before you press play?
Well, I seen what he's gonna say, and it's that one he always references, that one from like overseas. So
It's like the typical "I'm dating a girl in Canada" lie.
yeah, exactly. So
Yeah, I have a
into
girlfriend
it.
in Canada. I can't, yeah.
And coincidentally, that same woman is the one who married his best friend Keith Malley from Keith and the Girl, and then ended up leaving him to become a lesbian.
So
it's
this is the
crazy.
woman that became a lesbian.
That's the only woman that Ray's like always references that he dated like for a long time. So
okay.
yeah, we covered that on an OG episode of this. So
Okay.
easy to date someone for, let's say, a year if you only see them 22 times. If that makes sense. So
yeah.
Can you press pause again?
So
here's another thing Ray has another thing he always does. If that makes sense. Like when he's explaining something, he always says, if that makes sense. When it doesn't make sense usually, but he always has to say, if that makes sense.
yeah, it's one of his like crutches, I guess. So
Yeah, it's a crutch that I always catch on. Yeah, go ahead.
See him as little as humanly possible. That's how.
yeah. Now you're talking about my most serious relationship where I'm seeing the woman all the time.
Yeah.
I don't know, maybe like 8 months. If
Really, that's it.
Here's what it is.
Lived with a woman?
No, I never lived with a woman.
You ever
I mean, I
slept
would
with-
live with the woman if I'm staying with her for a month or she's staying with me for a month and it's a long-term thing. But like, I don't even know to like add up the months, but I never had a serious girlfriend that I like. I'm going to say more than a year that I don't even know. Like it's been, it's not even on my mind and it's not even something I give a shit about. It's like, hey, remember that pair of socks you had 12 years ago? It's like, yeah, I guess, like, yeah, I do remember it. How long did you have those? I don't know. I remember I had them a while.
Wow.
Like, like it's not
very meaningful relationships you've had.
Yeah.
So this is his classic thing. Like when he doesn't want to talk about something or he wants to defer responsibility, he always just plays dumb, right? Like
Yeah.
when he gets caught in a lie or called out by Kevin in a lie, he'll just, I don't know. But since this is like only something between him, like it's his personal life, he's just like, yeah, I don't know. How could I even count the months? Like,
Well, I mean, I'll do it real simple. The longest relationship I ever had with a girl was 4.5 years. I dated this girl, Sarah. I pretty much lived with her. I was going to get engaged to her, and it's that simple. And prior to that, 3 years. The girl named Teresa. That simple. It's not that hard. I don't know. 8 months, 9 months. So I don't so Ray's lying about that too. He's never really had a girlfriend.
yeah. So it's just an interesting way he goes about it.
Oh, it's not, and that's no disrespect to the ladies. I don't think they're sitting around being like, man, that was a great 12 months.
Are you just not like connecting with one enough where you would be like, if you really connected with a woman?
I'll answer that.
Then
No.
I'd be in. But it's more like the second it's like not really a connection. I'm like, all right, I'm out.
Yeah.
I'm out. It's like, all right, we gave it a whirl. We didn't connect.
Every time.
I'm out.
Yeah.
Hey, press
you gave
pause,
a
Shout.
scroll down.
I honestly really believe the closest thing he's had to a girlfriend in years is maybe Ari Jane. That was the closest thing he's ever gotten to a girl. That's my personal opinion. I could be wrong, but that's where I stand on that.
Yeah, I mean, he definitely had a strong emotional bond with her at times. She was like his sidekick on his show for so long that, he was like
sidekick, a forced sidekick. But everything's cool with them, according to Ray, right? Squashed.
Seems like it. So, it's just interesting to hear him explain kind of what's going on. And
All right, let's get back.
Yeah.
We'll get
Down
back
here,
to it.
you gave him a whirl up here, and then that's it.
Yeah.
Wait. Pause.
Yeah.
Ari Jane's in the chat. No, I'm not saying, Ari, you dated him. Let me explain. In Ray's mind, that was the closest thing. Not your mind. I love you. Okay, you're a good person. You're my friend. But I think in Ray's mind, that was the closest thing to a girlfriend was you, in a weird way, because you were going on a show. You were being nice. he mistaked your kindness for intimacy in his mind. I don't know. Am I saying this right? Am I?
No, I think you're both right. They never dated in any capacity. So,
No, let me put that out there.
but-
Okay, I'm sorry.
yeah. But yeah. So, but at the same time, they did have some type of connection.
I think it was
It's-
more so Ray than her.
Right,
think-
right.
That's why he got so bent out of shape with everything. So there she is. Okay, that's acceptable. So, okay, see, that's what I'm trying to say. I'm sorry. Yeah, we know you weren't into Ray. We know. Let's just put that out there. My apologies to you. That was just miscommunication, I guess.
Yeah, we can see where else this goes.
I don't want. I'm
Yeah, I
setting my ways. I'm setting my ways. I'm fine.
Right. Well, that's good. As long as you're fine with it and you're not desperate for a relationship.
Stalin 98. Hi, Kristen. Would you rather have spit in your face, Ray or Tom Myers? Go Yanks.
That's a great chat.
Do you know who Tom Myers is?
Well, I'm always going to default to anyone that's not Ray.
There you
So
go.
I don't know who Tom.
So we'll call it out that part on that one. And there's one other part of this episode that I can just play a little quick one, but go back and watch it if you want. Kristen's kind of like in the know of Ray stuff, so she's kind of like playing the game, but she also
pays
good
attention.
guest.
She
Yeah.
pays attention. She knows what Ray's all about. She's just being a nice person, like a lot of people are with Ray, because he's asked her a million times to come on the show, and she's like, "All right, I will," and that's what she's doing. She's just being a nice person, but she's also aware. Just let me know when you got that thing queued up, and I'll put it back up on the screen.
Got it ready.
All right, let's go. Let's go. Wait. Hold on. Let me do it the right way. Let's go.
Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go.
Little Gearox for everybody. A little Xerox or whatever the fuck his name is.
Yeah, so this is just classic Ray. You can see what Mr. O'Sullivan has to say in the super chat, and we'll get a little response out of him.
So I'm into that. That's probably my favorite.
Is there?
Jeff,
Is that,
ladies. I've said that before. I just like old. I do like athletic ladies. I've said that before. So I'm into that. That's probably my favorite.
is there?
Jeff,
Is that? I'm sure there's a porn category for that, but is that something like athletic ladies porn? Is that something? That
Well, yeah, you put in fitness and fitness girl.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Fitness lady. Yeah. There you go. Yeah. Why? What type of dudes do you like? What's your if you have to pick a type?
No one cares about that. So I just thought it was good to get a little reassurance that he's still into the fitness and the muscle and all that type of stuff. Because remember, he was into the chick from Napoleon Dynamite.
Oh yeah. He loved that chick from the big. I gotta pull her up real quick.
Yeah, I don't remember what was her name again? Chad?
I forgot.
Yeah, China is one of his favorite.
Yeah, the China from the WWE who died.
I'm sure you can find it if you type in "muscle chick" from Napoleon Dynamite. That's like the dream woman.
Yeah, I think it comes up right away if I'm not mistaken. Yeah. It's this is actually the chick right here. Let me pull it up. This is Ray's dream woman. This is probably gonna get us a strike.
Anybody thinks I'm a failure?
Hold on, let me get to it.
Yes.
Yeah, this is with Uncle Rico, coincidentally.
After using bus,
This is Ray's dream woman right here.
I don't feel comfortable eating this.
That's fine.
Starla, yeah.
But do you feel comfortable with me?
Uncle Rico show. It's time for the Uncle Rico show. Yeah, that's Ray's dream woman, everybody. And China is an OG that he loves, but I think she's RIP. So she's no longer with us, unfortunately. Wow. Unbelievable, Chow. Unbelievable. Anything else on the hopper over there?
Yeah, so I got one other thing. So Ray.
Hey, before we go any further, I'm going to go ahead because she's in the chat today, and I feel bad from earlier. Our dear friend, Ari Jane, I said, Ray was really into her, and it was the closest thing in his head to a relationship. So with that being said, Ari, we love you, and we want to just go ahead and give you the good egg of the week. So congratulations, Ari. You are the good egg of the week.
It's nice to be extraordinary, never ordinary. I'm a good egg, not a bad egg in my heart. I'm a good egg, not a bad egg in my heart. I'm a good egg, not a bad egg in my heart.
You're a good egg.
You're a good egg. And
And
Ari,
thank you-
don't take this as a pity good egg. This is an authentic good egg award. So
It's a good. This is coming.
congratulations.
It's not only a good egg award. It's coming from a good place for the good egg. So, and thanks again for super chatting, Gustav. This one's for you.
Dick Rider! Dick Rider! Dick Rider! Dick Rider!
That's for Gustav, everybody, because he gives Ray all kinds of things. He's saying he's being generous. Yeah, you're being generous, but you're also enabling this man to an early grave as I face a hurricane tomorrow. Go ahead.
And I got no problem with Gustav paying for Ray's stuff, taking him out, doing all this, because it just creates more content for us. Like I said, I'm a huge Ray fan, so I like watching all this shenanigans that he gets himself into. So keep doing it. You do you, G.
You do you, G. We got this one right here. Let me pull it up. Set this one up.
Yeah, so this is a poster for one of Ray's comedy shows in New York City, and I don't know if this was not the event that they went to on Saturday night, but this got brought up on MLC, and I found it hilarious because Ray's credit is Amazon Prime, which is really weird because there's Prime Video and there's like Amazon TV and Amazon Books, and I guess maybe he's just like really into books, like he said, when we didn't know that. So when I first saw this, I was like, what's Amazon Prime?
Well, that's funny because I'm on Amazon Prime. I'm an Amazon Prime guy. So I'm gonna go ahead and bring up my let's go ahead and check this out. I'm gonna bring up my Amazon Prime and we're gonna search for Ray Duh-Vito just to see where this credit is. So here's my Amazon Prime right now. I'm going to go ahead and put Ray Duh-Vito in the search. Oh, well, his Waterbury CD's on there. So maybe that's in his Center of Attention CD.
Yeah, but that's currently unavailable. Both of them.
Oh, they are. So
so he doesn't have anything on Amazon Prime. And then if you go to if you actually click into Prime Video, there's nothing on there either. So I don't know why he's using Amazon Prime as a credit. Maybe like his English on there or something.
I just put Ray Duh-Vito in Amazon Prime Video. Was he in the movie Pool Man that's coming out with Chris Pine? Was he in Twins with Danny DeVito? Haunted Mansion?
Yeah, so
Man on the Moon?
Funny.
Yeah, this does. Oh, wait, there's Joe DeVito.
Yeah, who he gets confused for all the time.
So maybe
people try to book Ray thinking that he's Joe. So
maybe he's using Joe DeVito's credits, and people will get confused. That's interesting.
Yeah. So that's just a little one. Other than that, I saw something that we can just touch on quick that someone left a comment for, and
Teddy in the chat saying Ray was Tony Clifton and Man in the Moon. I don't think so. I think you're wrong. I think you're wrong on that. Julian says Amazon Prime got DeVito'd. I believe that.
All of his credits are always so wonky of like English. Oh, that's a good one. Chad, when you get a second, let's do this. And then can you pull up Ray's IMDb when you're done?
Yeah, sure. Should we pull this one up that you sent me?
Yeah, so I want to give a shout out. This is like a little doctor's corner for me because so this is one of our super chatters or fans or just someone left a comment. What is going on with Ray's voice? Suddenly he has a subtle lisp. It sounds like Ray has an enlarged tongue all of a sudden. So I don't know if anyone else has noticed this, but I actually have noticed this too. And I did a little research, and let me pull up what it's called. But it is something that can occur when your tongue like gets fat and makes it so you talk like that.
Right.
And it's called glossitis. And this could be something that he's going through because I don't know for sure, but one of the things that causes is like alcoholism. And we know like all these other diseases. And it could be a vitamin B deficiency too, which I had made a video with Will Heron talking about Wernicke-Korsakoff syndrome and talking about vitamin B1. And then the sorcerer went on MLC after he saw the video and talked about it, but he said B1, he said thiamine was B12, but it's actually B1. So it could be something nutritionally that's causing it, or it could be alcohol, but just something for the Duh-Vitoites out there to monitor.
The Duh-Vitoites.
Yeah, like what it could be. It could be candida, which is a yeast infection type thing in your internals. So I saw the question out there from a fan, and I just wanted to bring it up. Just something off the beaten path for us to discuss. But anyone who might know that has more of a specialized medical focus in tongues.
Yeah, I'd love to get a doctor on the show for their show. Like we can really analyze Ray from a medical point of view since he doesn't have health insurance. I want to thank William for sending a $5 super chat. I don't know what's behind it, but thank you very much.
I just thought of something else. Remember how Ray hates tongues because of the Rolling Stones logo?
Oh, he hates the Rolling Stones logo. Yes.
So maybe that has something to do with it too.
Good. Yeah, that's not a bad theory there. That's not a bad theory at all. Brian's saying it's a tard tongue. I don't know.
I don't know. I'm no tongue expert, so we'll have to get to the bottom of that and monitor if it gets any fatter over the next coming months. So
yeah. So you wanted me to bring up Ray's thing?
Yeah.
IMDb?
Yeah.
Well, I went ahead and did that for you. So here we go. This is Ray's IMDb. This is the one IMDb site that Stuttering John always brags about his credits on. And
yeah, so it's always different things. We hear about Dry Bar all the time. One of his credits is Red Bar. Famously, he was thanked in Red Bar in 2024, but he was on the show.
Man, IMDb's putting up anything at this point. If you're putting up credits for Red Bar.
And the one controversial one that goes back a while from earlier this year was English Vinglish, and he's finally credited in the movie. But the credit is actually guy pretending to be in a movie. So I don't know who did this. Someone in Hollywood who watches probably updated this for him, but
oh, that's fantastic. And then he's in the Broadway comedy club. What? They didn't have a TV show. What the fuck is this? So these are Ray's big credits. Oh, wow. He was an actor in 3 things. He was an actor in Dry Bar? No, he's a writer in Dry Bar.
Yeah, so like
oh, he was on the wet spot. The wet spots on IMDb. Are you shitting me? Oh, this is a total Frank maneuver. Putting Chrissy Mayer on IMDb. Oh, this is hilarious. Oh, wow.
You don't see like any of his stuff like that he always talks about how he had an MTV Shorts series.
Where's the Jim Gaffigan show?
I don't know. I don't see it. So
you remember you said he was on the Jim Gaffigan show?
Yeah. So
here, let me pull up the Jim Gaffigan show just because they would put all the people from the show on there. That's his big claim to fame. He sells the Jim Gaffigan whiskey. He was on the show. He's on a couple episodes actually.
Right. I remember Ray looking at this once, and he saw someone he knew who was credited, and he's like, "She's not even as big as me. How did she get a credit and I didn't?" He was mad at someone else who got credited that before him.
So these are all the actors that have been on. His wife, Ashley, Michael Ian Black was on there. John Mulaney, Janine Garofalo, David Tell. Will Ferrell was on there. I didn't know. Alec Baldwin, there's no Ray DeVito anywhere. Interesting. Well, that's the top cast.
Yeah, and
But
we're
he's
not
not-
IMDb guys. This is more of like Stuttering John's lane because he's obsessed
Yeah,
with
that's
IMDb,
what he's-
but
Yeah, because he's a star. He's a star.
yeah, I love that
Wow.
new credit that someone attributed to him as guy pretending to be in this movie.
That's fantastic. Whoever did that, props, kudos to you. You're welcome on the show anytime. Is that all we got for today, Chow?
Yeah, I think so. I think you need to, rest up for the big hurricane that's coming, and then tomorrow it's going to be just epic, bro. You're going to love it. So wishing you
Yeah,
all the best to get through it. It's probably blown up by the media, but at the same time, take as much precaution as you can. And
No, I
if
am.
you need anything, reach out, bro.
Absolutely, and I do appreciate it. T.O. Hanks here, everybody. Where have you been, T.O.? I'll cue it up for you, my friend.
Welcome to the party,
Yeah, if you guys are just tuning in now, we're signing off. This might be my last show. We'll see. This will be up on Patreon. Consider it. Consider signing up to Patreon for as little as $3 and as much as $100 to be a $100 sponsor. But it's patreon.com/sitdownzumock. You get video, you get audio, get all the good stuff. There's a little chat room in there, a little something for everybody. Chow, would you like to plug anything before you roll out?
No, man, just subscribe to the Patreon.
Thank you, Deitois. Be safe, Shark. What a sweetheart. Thank you very, very much for leaving on a high note. Yeah, baby. And thanks again to our producer, Niso, on the ones and on the up and up. Thank you very much, Deitois, for stopping in and being the last line of defense. G-Rob wants to promote my Discord. If you guys like to join that, that's free to do. You guys can jump in there and start chatting away. Thank you, Stephen Bravo, for the gifted membership. You be safe as well. For Dr. Chow, I'm the Mud Shark for now. Again, this might be my last broadcast. Thank you very much for watching the show today. God bless. Let's bring home the votes.